Hello and welcome to Backstage, where we talk about all the goings-ons in the world of TV and film. I'm Claire Gregory and I'm joined by Sky News' arts and entertainment reporter Bethany Manel.
Hiya.
And all the way from New York, TV critic Stevie Wong.
Hello.
Coming up.
I needed evidence. I had to set a trap.
Oh my God.
It's terribly difficult to recruit for a secret service. You're looking for somebody who's a bit bad, but at the same time loyal. There's a type.
Just 3 weeks and we'll be in England.
What if England don't like me?
It's too far to swim back now.
But first, of course, last week we were at London Film Festival for a special Backstage episode, but it actually hadn't finished by the time that we recorded. So I wanted to go back and revisit just a wee bit to talk about the closing film, because the closing film is a big deal at a film festival, right? You know, this is a movie that we are going to be talking about in the months to come when it's released, possibly in awards season as well. And this year, following in the footsteps of Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery and The Irishman, it was Daniel Kaluuya's directorial debut closing the festival, called The Kitchen, which is kind of based on an exaggerated futuristic version of London, where the wealth gap's been really stretched. And really excitingly, because so many people have been on strike, we haven't spoken to many A-listers lately, but Daniel Kaluuya himself was on the red carpet.
Congratulations on your directorial debut. How has the whole process been for you?
Been tough. Long journey. But it's been good, man. Grown up, learned a lot, grown a lot, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's been good.
What was the original concept? It was an overheard conversation in the barbershop, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was basically, it was over a conversation, and what we wanted was Reservoir Dogs in a barbershop. And we did it. It was really cool. It was really cool, but we needed to expand it a bit. I mean, so that's what The Kitchen is.
The Kitchen will be out on Netflix later this year. Now, on to one of the biggest releases of the week, if not the month, if not the year. We're finally hearing from Colleen Rooney herself in Colleen Rooney, The Real Wagatha Story.
I'd never imagined being in a legal battle.
The media attention was off the scale.
That's a pack there. I had a message off Rebecca saying, "What is this?" I replied, "You know what this is."
So this is the first time she's spoken publicly about the now infamous Instagram post and then court case in which she said that Rebecca Vardy's account had been leaking stories about her to the tabloids. Bethany, you're so close to this. You're actually in this documentary. We see you in there.
You do get a profile shot of me standing with my bag doing some kind of chatting about something. Yeah, I do make it into it. Not a featured part, but yeah, I'm in it. I mean, yeah, I followed this so closely. I feel like I could do a PhD in Colleen Rooney and Rebecca Vardy. And as you say, I mean, obviously, Colleen was successful in the High Court case. You know, Rebecca Vardy lost her libel trial, and now this is a 3-part documentary, and we're hearing from Colleen Rooney, her side of the story, how the whole thing played out for her, really. She kind of goes right back to about 2016. So we really, really hear in intricate detail across 3 episodes the whole saga of the Wagatha Christie case unfolding.
And we enjoyed this. Like, Bethany and I feel like it's not too soon, that we are ready for this, and that this is a decent documentary. However, we might be in the minority because seemingly others aren't so keen, including one Mr. Stevie Wong.
The
Yeah,
face
like
says
floating
it all.
above you guys, going like, no. I do not. Well, I think a lot of it is I have no reference to who she is, and so I came into this watching about this woman who, over 3 episodes, learned how to use Instagram to catch a friend who was like reposting her stuff. I know the maybe in the UK, the stakes are higher, but for somebody here, this means nothing to me. And I think I walk away going like, yeah, I didn't need a 3-hour special on how to turn off access on Instagram, my Instagram account. I don't know. This is not my show. Like, I don't think I'm the audience, and I don't think this show deserved the 3 hours to kind of see how this played out.
I mean, it's rare we find ourselves this divided. So for that reason alone, check out Colleen Rooney, The Real Wagatha Story on Disney+. Moving on to documentary now, and The Pigeon Tunnel is coming to Apple TV+.
When I was in MI6, it wasn't enough for me. So what I did was reinvent the secret world and fill my own people with it. Writing is a journey of self-discovery. I see my own life as a succession of embraces and escapes.
So this is from the Academy Award-winning documentarian Errol Morris, and it's taking a look at the life and career of the British spy David Cornwell. You might say, who is that? But it is, of course, John le Carre, the author who wrote novels which some people will know better as movies. So you've got Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy and The Constant Gardener. And this is his final and apparently most candid interview that he gave about his life and the difference between sort of fact and fiction. And Stevie, you spoke to Errol Morris about this one.
Oh, it was super stressful because I don't know if Errol Morris is one of the top interviewers ever. And then so being able to interview the master of interviewing, who also interviewed a certain David Cornwell, who used to be an interrogator when he worked at MI5. So it was like meta plus meta plus meta. Like, it was so stressful for me to like talk to this guy. And this is what I talked to him about without like kind of freaking out. When you look at it now, do you have like a fond, I don't know, just like I would feel like it's a little bit, you know, I would have a little bit of a bittersweet kind of taste to this film.
I don't know if it's bittersweet or just simply sad. I wish I could show the movie to him. I really liked him. I liked talking to him. And I regret that he's not around. Death is a terrible thing. I am always thinking about what the death of some of my brightest friends and acquaintances, what it's done to me. I sometimes feel that you feel bright because you talk to bright people, and bright people may be willing to talk to you. And losing a person as eloquent and as gifted as John le Carre is just an enormous loss. I can't put it otherwise.
The Pigeon Tunnel out in select cinemas and on Apple TV+. Moving on to the new series from Sir Lenny Henry, Three Little Birds, is on ITV.
I need to start earning money and make a decent home for children.
I'm actually here to assess a potential husband.
I want to be a star. Why you never tell me how bad it was here? Mama Gladys used to say that my British passport was a golden ticket. It's our mother country.
You belong here as much as we do.
Inspired by stories that Sir Lenny Henry's own mum and own family and people they knew told to him. And it's about kind of their journey in the late 1950s, coming from the Caribbean to live in the UK. It's a 6-part drama series, and it stars kind of newcomers that you may not know, but probably ones to watch. And is probably kind of perhaps interesting because it is Sir Lenny Henry behind it. We had a brief chat with him about the series.
If you've moved from over here to get away from poverty and starvation and war or whatever, to come somewhere safe and hoping to be accepted, then you will relate to this story. It's not just for 5 Jamaican people in the Midlands, it's for all of us, because Windrush happened to all of us. And those of us who reacted to it and those of us who it was happening to, we need to watch this story and go, yeah, this was my mum, this is my dad, this is my this is my granddad. That's how they reacted at that time, and that's how we reacted at that time. So hopefully it'll do this for people.
So this is a nice bit of Sunday evening viewing, isn't it?
Yeah, comfort viewing, isn't it? I mean, this is just right for these winter months. It's getting cold. You want something a bit fun. And as you've said, it's Sir Lenny Henry. I mean, it's interesting to see him storytelling in a different way, away from the comedy and the stand-up. Although, he's obviously made his name in recent years as a serious classical actor. Stevie?
It's a little bit too soft for my taste, but what I do appreciate, I mean, a lot of these stories you can see a mile away, and so you're like, all right, let's. All right. But what was really fascinating was this cast, because I obviously have never seen so many of them, and just to see this gorgeous, diverse group of people like on my screen is just really nice to because I feel like there's some really talented people here, and they will be names that we will be talking about in the coming years, and so to see them have this opportunity to star in this kind of huge show for ITV is a real treat.
Cup of tea viewing, definitely. So Three Little Birds is going to be on ITV1 and ITVX from the 22nd of October. And that is it from us this week. If you'd like to listen to any more of the interviews that you've heard, or just hear us chatting for a bit longer, you can download the Backstage podcast, and you can do that by either scanning the QR code, which is on your screen now, or you can just search for Sky News Backstage wherever you usually get your podcasts. Thank you very much to Bethany and to Stevie, and we will see you again very soon. Bye.